Our 5 Unity. Anyone else? Well, I will definitely say that this past week and the week before that, with the silent auction and raffle that's coming up, and I had agreed to be co-lead of that for the front end stuff. Oh my goodness, all of that, but especially 3 and 4, folks just, oh my goodness, just came forward, got us gift certificates, donated items of their own, some antique items and so on, and I feel so blessed. We are so blessed with our beautiful Unity family, and that's definitely our basic principles surfacing and showing up. Yes, thank you. Okay, and now is the time for the prayer portion of our service. The prayer chaplains that are serving today, would you please stand? Donna, Leland, okay, and Natalie. And one of them will probably be downstairs, yes? And the other 2 up here to pray with you. Now, as you will remember, every Sunday we have a silent time of meditation from 10:30 to 10:45. And then from 10:45 to 10:55, prayer chaplains are available to pray with you here and obviously again after the service. So at this time, we're going to bless our prayer intentions or requests that are in the box and otherwise. Now, Unity was founded on prayer. At Silent Unity, prayer has been continuous, 24/7 for over 125 years. If you have not yet placed your written prayer request or intention in the box, you can do so at the end of the service, or you can simply hold that prayer in your heart with us during this time. Prayer intentions are held in prayer in confidence here at Unity of Syracuse for 30 days. No one looks at them. Then we mail them to Silent Unity, and they hold them in prayer there for an additional 30 days. Okay, and now our prayer chaplain, Natalie, is going to be praying over the box.
So as we all together take a nice deep breath in, we breathe in love, and as we exhale love. And as the cycle of breathing is a cycle of love, we allow ourselves to surrender and to open further to the prayer intentions and the requests that are on our hearts and our minds and filled in the prayer box. We know that it's all in divine order, and we affirm the goodness in this world right now. And for this and for the many blessings in our lives, we say thank you, thank you, thank you. Amen.
And now it is time for our meditative portion of this service. Now, some of you may have already joined me in closing your eyes, and if you have not, I invite you to do so. And if you are not comfortable closing your eyes, I simply invite you to focus on one spot in the room. For as Eric Butterworth states, there is no spot where God is not. And in this moment, we simply let God. Let God and let go. Let God and let go. Releasing, 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 and allowing ourselves to listen not only with our ears, but more importantly, to listen from our heart space. So I invite you to take a moment to think about someone or something you love. It might be some toy the children has, an Xbox, or perhaps it's a doll or some game, a parent, a sister, a brother. Focus on something that you love. someone that you love. And take a moment to notice what happens in the body as you're thinking about that something, that someone or that something. Perhaps you feel tingly or just feel warm and fuzzy inside. Because that love that you are feeling is not just a feeling, it's an experience. So allow yourself to experience it fully and completely in this moment, right here and right now. And in this moment, we feel it bubbling up, bubbling up, bubbling up. And know, dear one, if you at all for any second feel that you're not loved, just bring that thought, that memory, that someone, that something in any moment of any day to have the experience of unconditional love as we are right now. So focus on that love, focus on that experience, and allow it to continue to move through your body now, moving through. And then we know that it doesn't stay in the body. It can't help but to radiate out from you. So we are knowing that it is radiating out from you, filling up this space. The space that is the person to each side of you, the person or people in front or behind you, filling up this entire space with love's presence. And in this moment, we prepare to take a little pause, a little space between the words, and sit with this feeling of love even more. In this moment, we prepare ourselves to consciously connect with Source, God, the good omniscience, and be the love that we have come here to be. In the silence, we consciously connect with Source, with each other as one, and we go deeper. In the silence, taking these words, I am love. I give love. I receive love. In this moment, we go deeper with love. Bless you. I am. I am love. I give love. I receive love. I am love. And in this expanded state of awareness, may we each know those words for ourselves. I am love. I give love. I receive love. And in this moment, we bring to our hearts and minds all of the prayer intentions that have been placed into our prayer box. We bring all of those who are right now praying as silent unity with others from around the world into this space. And anyone that you may have on your heart that you might want in this space, if you could speak their name, just speak their name now. I'm speaking the name of Bob Robert Metzner and his family. Anyone else? Yes. And we speak their names. Those that we have spoken out loud and those that we have spoken in our heart. And we also speak the names of all of us, not only in the United States, but worldwide. For we know that really we're all one, and we speak to this oneness in our collective prayer consciousness. And we hold our own selves and our families in this light, this love, this experience. And for this, we are so grateful as we let it be. Amen.
Pushing
Thank you so much. Oh my goodness. Doesn't your heart feel wide open? Like already? We really could just go home, but I know you don't have anything else to do on a sunny, rainy. There's sunshine somewhere. Oh, by the way, hi, I'm Rev.Edith Washington Woods. Let's just get that out of the way. I'm grateful to be the senior minister here at Unity of Syracuse, and this is our Family Sunday, as you already know, and I have a book. So I'm going to sit down, and any of the children or children at heart can sure come over and sit with me for a minute. Yay. They don't have to go if they don't want to go. It's fine. They can sit right there. I'm going to be right here. So the book I have today is, it's a true story actually, and it's called Molly the Pony. Molly the Pony. See Molly? Can you see her really good? Mm-hmm. Okay. So it's a long book, so I'm going to paraphrase a little bit. Sit up, Tavion. My grandson. I get to touch him and make him sit up. Molly the Pony. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about Molly the Pony. Here Molly is right here. I don't know if you can see. See her? So there's been a lot of hurricanes going on around this world, hasn't it? You've heard about some of them? Yep. Well, this hurricane happened 12 years or something ago. It was Hurricane Katrina. And Molly happened to be living in the area where Hurricane Katrina happened, and she got left behind in a barn. And these are pictures of Molly in the barn, and she was waiting for people to take her, and they didn't. And then some of the roof came off, and Molly was getting wet. Do you think Molly was scared? Probably, huh? When you think, would you be scared if something like that happened to you? Yeah. Molly was afraid, and fortunately, when the sun came out, Molly was able to go over like in a corner of the barn and kind of sit there, and well, not really sit, but stand. And there was some hay on the floor and a little bit of water, so Molly was able to just kind of be in that barn waiting. And she waited and waited and waited, and it was about 3 weeks that went by, and they found her, and they were able to pry her out of the area of the barn that she was in, and she seemed to do okay. Things seemed to get better. Well, then Molly was in this new place with a bunch of other animals from Hurricane Katrina, and I have to tell you, a mean dog decided to come and bite Molly on her leg. And Molly's leg didn't seem to get better, and they said that usually when ponies have that happen, they don't make it. But you know, Molly was a survivor already. So after a few weeks went by, they took her to, well, they had been treating her at the vet, but they took her and decided that they were going to take Molly's leg off. So Molly ended up getting surgery here, and then, can you go to this next slide for me, please? And here's a picture of what Molly looked like. Yeah. So you guys see the bigger picture, and I've got it down here for all us young folks to see. At first it wasn't a prosthesis, it was just wrapped up and whatnot to try to heal. And then at some point Molly did get a new leg, and because they needed to give her a new leg in order to support her body, because that wasn't good. 4 legs, 3 don't work. And so they gave her a new leg, and they did what they amputated it. You know what amputate means? Well, down here it says to amputate means to cut off a part of the body. You see that? See that right there? So they cut the leg off, and it was nothing. And then they made a new one with what you call a prosthesis, and the prosthesis is like a new fake part. Right? Okay. So Molly got a new one. And it took Molly a little while, a year or something like that, to really get used to this new leg. But here is what I want to tell you about the new leg. Now, you know, usually when animals like horses and those kind of animals, they get a horseshoe. You've seen a horseshoe? It looks like a U. And they put that underneath their foot because it's like a U, and it helps them, like we have shoes. So a horseshoe is the actual shoe for a horse.
And there's a game called.
Yeah, it's a game called horseshoe too. Well, here's what's really special about Molly's new prosthetic leg. It had a shoe also. But the shoe, I know it's not like a real horseshoe, but this new shoe that's connected to the amputated leg, well, the new prosthetic leg, it was a shoe made with a happy face. So, at the bottom, I know, like at the bottom. So here is Molly is walking around, and every time Molly would walk around, it would have the U for the three legs, and then the face. So Molly smiled everywhere she went because it had a smiley face on the foot. So when you put a foot down like that, it left a smile everywhere Molly went.
So like, it never died out?
It never did. No, because they made it so it wouldn't. I don't know how. That's just how they did it. So then Molly started going places. And Molly went to visit people. They first took her to where older people were at. And when they saw Molly and then saw Molly's smile, it made them smile. And then Molly would go places, and she would go to, like, here's somewhere where a little child is sick, like a hospital gown, and Molly was able to go there, and they would touch and rub Molly's head, and then when Molly would walk past, they would see the smile. And even the sick children were feeling very nurtured and cared for because Molly was right there. So, even though Molly had been, hurt by the dog and whatnot, and it looked kind of strange to have an animal with 3 legs and a fake leg, that Molly really found her purpose in life. I don't know. I should try to find that out, huh? I would think so. She wanted to know if Molly was still alive. Well, let's just say she is. Let's make that up. And see all the pictures with the children, and Molly's going around and being with kids. And it says, wherever Molly goes, she leaves a trail of hoof prints and smiling faces. So here's like the 4, see? 1, 2, 3, 4. So these are the back legs, and here are the front 2. And there's a horseshoe, and it's a smiley face. I know it's hard for you to see, but it really is a smiley face right there. You can look at the book later on. But that's what she was about. She had an extra smile. Yeah. You like that? She had 2 smiles, right? The smile that was, and then the smile on her foot. So that is Molly the pony. Thank you.
Molly is still alive.
Molly's still alive? See?
Molly, she's still alive.
Thank you for our cell phones. We so appreciate that we're part of technology. Thank you so much. But Molly has a Facebook page, everybody. Okay. And a YouTube video. Who would think? Yeah, that would be lovely. Let's just put it over there somewhere. So Molly, wow, isn't that interesting how, this was a horrible, kind of not so good thing to happen for a dog to go up and bite the ant. I don't know, maybe the dog was upset. I really don't know what was going on with that dog. But Molly had already had a traumatic life, right? And sometimes we have those kinds of things that happen with us, isn't it? where we have things that happen to us, and out of the things that happen to us, there are really good things that happen. So I want to tell you another little story that I stumbled across. And this one is about a little girl. I'm playing with my new toy, so I had it working, I didn't have it working, but I have a backup just in case it's kind of crazy. This little girl's name is Lily. And Lily and her mother, excuse me, her mother's name is Jessica. And yeah, see, I can't make the thing do what I want it to do. That's technology. There we go. So, Lily and her mother Jessica lived in Santa Rosa, California. They had a house. It was a rented house. And in this house, Lily and her mom lived. Now Jessica, Lily's mom, is a single parent. And she had just lost her job, and they didn't have any insurance. And one day they were awakened. You know what it was? It was the fires. They were awakened by the wildfires that was going on in there in San Jose. They got out, and their car didn't make it out. The car was completely burned up. There was nothing left. It's gone, just gone. But then they went back after it was all over, and it was a pile of just ash. And Molly she was going to have a birthday. She actually just had a birthday this past week. And you know what? A bunch of toys she had there, and her doll, gone. But that wasn't the most important thing that was there. You see, Lily, she had a wheelchair. It was not there anymore. And she had 2 prosthetic legs. Now, Lily is just 9 years old. Well, she's 10 now. Last week she made 10. But 9 years old when I stumbled across this story. She had this rare condition that she was born with. It's called congenital, so that means she was born with it. And the condition basically means, without me trying to pronounce it because I forgot to find out how to say it, but it basically means that she was born without the ability to bend. Yes, her joints couldn't bend from the waist down, so she couldn't do like this. At 6 years old, Lily made the decision to have her legs amputated. She was 6. Who's in here 6 or close to it? 6 years old? Huh? 7, 8. I know Tavion's 9. Wait a minute. How are you, Curtis? 6 years old. So imagine Curtis at 6. Making a decision. Really, Curtis? What do you do now? You go and you like to play with your toys and stuff like that, right? But could you imagine Curtis making a decision that's a life-changing decision? Well, Lily decided to let go of her legs. Know why? She didn't want to be stuck in a wheelchair the rest of her life. Now, that doesn't mean that other people can't, because people do. They decide they're not working, I'm just going to keep them and sit in a wheelchair. But she decided at 6, I'm gonna let go of these legs that don't work, these legs that she was born with. From here on down. And she got 2 new legs. And I would say that Lily would be considered like a poster child for prosthetic legs, because listen, this kid, she rode horseback, she ran track, she danced, she was doing all kinds of things until the fire came. And she was very, very, very sad, and I would even say probably borderline depressed because she couldn't get around. And the news started getting out in the story, you know, people telling people stuff, and it kind of spread like going on the internet does. And there was a company named Hanger Clinic in San Francisco. They gave her some new legs. They actually made those legs and didn't charge her a dime. And I don't know how much those would cost. I would think that those legs would cost a bunch of money. Oh, so here's Lily without any legs. I know it's kind of hard to see, but she doesn't have any legs. And look at her, she's on her hands, and she's having a good time. And then here she is again. These are her new legs. See how happy she is? Because now she can move around. She can move around, and it's like she's free now. She's free to be who she came here to be. See, for her, the difference between having legs and not having legs is like night and day. She has to have legs. Yeah. Now, her mother happened to set up a GoFundMe page, and that GoFundMe page has already raised over $75,000 to assist them. Remember, they lost house, car, everything. And while I was away on vacation, I noticed, because instead of going to sleep last night, I don't know why I was up, but Ellen heard about it. She went on Ellen. Ellen gave them a brand new car. And then she opens up the trunk of this car, and there is a trunk full of toys. And smack dab in the middle of it was a doll. Now I have to tell you, this doll that she had before, that she has again now, is not just a little old doll. The doll has 2 prosthetic legs. So we're talking about what does it look like when we're having a situation that we need to let go of, having a situation that we want to be free from. You know, our power of the month, this month, November, is elimination. And with elimination, we have the ability to release, to remove, to denounce, to deny, and to let go. And that letting go could be, you know, if we think about Molly the pony, and we think about Lily, the little girl, that both of them had something they were born with called legs. One had 1 leg, well, 4, and had to let go of 1, and the other had 2 legs, and had to let go of both. They were born with those legs. And something happened, and they needed to let them go, that they no longer served them. And it's a big, I mean, you know, it's a physical thing to see, wow, this is not the legs that I was born with. And yet, having the ability to let go of it is what we're talking about. We're talking about, for this whole entire month of November, releasing, letting go of things that no longer serve us. And I'm just happen to be showing you it in a big way. Because when we release and let go of things, things will get better. Things will get better. We may not be able to see it right in that moment that it's going on, but it's always, always true. You see, when we're releasing and letting go, there is this void that happens. It's a space that is created where that thing or that something used to be. So, you know, we can look at these prostheses and go, okay, no leg is there. You really get it. It's not there. But when people lose a limb of some sort, they have this thing called phantom pain. Because in their mind, it's still there. The energy of it has not left. And so it's a releasing not only of the physical presence, but also of the mental, the whatever it is that we created about it and what it means for us. Now, I have another teeny weeny book here There it is. It's an old-time book, Unity book, and it's called The Mental Equivalent. It's by Emmett Fox. And right in the beginning, he talks about how there is this presence of God that is everywhere, no matter what is appearing. He says, despite any appearances to the contrary, as we look about the world with the eyes of the flesh, we see inharmony, fear, and all sorts of difficulties. But our leader, Jesus Christ, taught us, saying, judge not according to appearance, but judge righteous judgment. And what does that mean? Well, it means, if we look back at the whole prosthetic thing, that is not what it appears to be. That there is this spiritual essence about us that is always whole and well, that is always with us no matter what we are growing through. That we always have an opportunity to shift to another way of thinking, to shift to another way of being, to shift in a way that Spirit is able to lead and guide our path. You know, when we do that, then we know that everything is possible. So our Bible verse today, the inspiration we have for today, comes from Philippians chapter 4 and 13, and it says, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. It happens to be one of my most favorite Bible verses, because anything's possible. Now remember, when we're talking about Molly, the pony, they don't usually survive when they get injured like that. They just don't, because the weight of their body can't be supported, especially in the front, can't be supported by the back. But with anything being possible, Molly was able to actually have her weight be in the back. And that gave them the impetus to do the amputation and then to create this new leg. And then it opened up a door for Molly to bless other people. Not only with being there and being this loving presence and the energy about Molly, but also walking around and leaving that hoof print with the smile on it, you know? It might look kind of funny, but it was beautiful and right on time. So what is the message for us here? What is the message that it's telling us when we're talking about, I don't know why I'm having this issue, but okay. When we see these examples, you know, Emmett Fox said that Jesus Christ taught us, that Jesus Christ is this example. And yes, he was and is an example for us in how to live our lives. How do we look at an appearance and look beyond the appearance to what is right? How do we look at the stuff that happens in our life, you know, that seems to be issues or challenges or whatever, and know that we are stronger than that? To know that things do get better. That all we have to do is walk through it, walk around it, walk over it, whether it's a little pebble or a big old mountain. You see, things always get better. Always, always, always get better. And so we can look back at Lily and look back at Molly, the pony, and say, are they blessed by what happened to them? And I would have to say yes, absolutely. But they're not the only ones blessed. We are blessed too, because we get to see them and then know what's possible for each of us. You know, I think about the life of my friend Bob Metzner, and I don't know, maybe you've got it by now, that he transitioned last Monday night. And Bob has been a member of this church since September 27th, 1970. That's 47 years. Now, I don't know about how many of you, but I know what it was for me. When I became a member at Unity, I had been there for a while. So we could probably safely say he's been here for at least 50 years. That's a long time. And he sat right over there. I can just feel his energy now. And I'm just so glad that I was able to sit with him before I went on vacation. But I knew that he needed to let go. I knew that all he had to do was make that decision, I'm ready, and he was going to go rather quickly. Because we want to hold on to these bodies, don't we? It's our body. Why would I need to go? I've been in this body for all these years. Him, 93 years. And yet, what difference did he make? Even here in this church. In any of our lives who knew him. I just have to say this, my first Easter here, he gave me an Easter basket. I have a big white bunny. I still have it. I never opened it. I was just, And then last year for Christmas, we gave him a big stuffed animal. I don't know if it was a bunny, but it was. He loved it. He was like, "Oh my God, I like this so much." We make an impact to each other, even if it's a handshake or a hug, even if it's just saying hello. And when we don't see people, we wonder, how are they? Or if we didn't notice that they were gone, when we see them again, we go, "Oh my God, I haven't seen so-and-so in a while." That we know that we make a difference. Just like when we look at Molly and we look at Lily, that they are making a difference now to us. So the message here is that anything is possible. Everything is probable. And our affirmation for today can assist us with getting, I forgot this one. You have the opportunity to create possibilities in your life. Yeah, each of us. And what opportunities are we creating? What opportunities are we willing to have and experience? It could be as easy as just making a conscious decision. Because when we don't, then nothing can happen. We just keep ourselves blocked. So our affirmation for today can assist us with where we're going. And it is, let me just get my paper. I release what no longer serves me and embrace all possibilities. Can you say that with me together, please? I release what no longer serves me and embrace all possibilities. Now I'm going to say it again, and we're going to put emphasis on all, so that like we're bringing that whole bubble of allness into our space. Let's say that together again, please. I release what no longer serves me and embrace all possibilities. Yes. So I want you to take a moment and return back to that heart space. Remember in the meditation I had you thinking about someone or something that you love and appreciate a lot. Bring that back to this space right now in this moment. Think about it. Think about it. Bring it to your mind. You feel good thinking about it? Yeah? All right. And then let's say our affirmation again, putting the emphasis on the all. Let's say that together, please. I release what no longer serves me and embrace all possibilities. And so it is, and so we simply allow it. Amen. Namaste. Okay.
So for those of us who had the honor of knowing Bob, his favorite song, which unfortunately I can't play that beautiful organ, but Mark will, I'm sure, in times to come, was the Lord's Prayer. So would you all sing it with me? It is in number 2 in your hymnal if you need it. I don't think you do. We're going to sing this without any music.
Hey.
We're just going to open our hearts and we're going to open our minds. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. We love you, Bob.
Oh, so we're going to say our love offering blessing. Thank you. We'll say it. We can still say it, right? Yes. Okay, let's say it together, please. Yes. Divine love as me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Thank you, God. You are my source. And we give thanks for these tithes, love offerings, and gifts. We give thanks to the giver, knowing that it comes back tenfold. We give, we receive. We give, we receive. We receive, we give. And it's just one big infinite circle of beingness. And so we know that as we give, it keeps coming back to us. We're so grateful for all that have given here just by being in the service and giving in whatever way that we can. I just love y'all, and I know we love each other, and we're just going to have one big love fest as we continue to do so. We surround the love of our love with Bob and his family as he has transitioned, and we just want to continue to love. We're so grateful. We're grateful for this moment. We're grateful for each other. And so it is. And so we let it be. Amen. And the children are already here, so we're not going to call say our children's blessing right here where we are, and then continue children's blessing and affirmation together. We bless the children wherever you are, and we see you surrounded by love and light throughout the week. We have a thriving, expanded youth and family ministry. Yes, we do. And the prayer for protection, the light of God surrounds us, the love of God enfolds us, the power of God protects us, the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. And the peace song, everybody. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was there
week, everybody.